Hey everybody, it's Jijimon back again with Opus Gaming, and I'm here today to bring you guys a little playtesting action between me and my teammate Austin. Austin's going to be on a blue flare list, and this is going to be my brand new Jijimon Shivamon Good Stuff deck. It's been playing for me really well, and it's been actually my favorite green deck to pilot in Ex04 just because it's something new, and it's just something special. I did make it technically in BT12, but just going into the Ex04 format in general, I think you guys, all of the green players and the green level lovers will love this deck because it's just really a toolboxy, really lockdowny, and it has a really good aggression in the late game, so I can't wait to show it off. And then just the new blue flare list as well is very powerful in the current meta. It's got a lot of updates to the deck list, new jamming effect, new effects that let you take advantage of your opponent not being super wide and just having one Digimon on board. But we'll get into all the good stuff when we get into the commentary on the gameplay. Before we jump into that, you guys already know, if you guys like the content, leave a sub if you're not already subbed. We have a 1K giveaway going on pretty soon with details linked down below. But if you're just here to leave a comment, leave a like, I'd really appreciate it, and it helps us get on the algorithm. But let's get into the gameplay right now. Alright, going through the mulligan portion and everything, we decided to both keep our hands. We set up our security. We do have security on that side just so that we can avoid any glare spots, so everything can stay nice and clear for you guys. But just a quick warning, I am coming out with a little bit of a summer cold, so if I sound a little nasally, sorry guys, I am a little bit sick. But going into the blue flare player's first turn, he just Digivolves into a Quartzmon, and then we pass over 4 with a Kyriad just to get our memory set up going. So going over to my side, I Digivolve into the Terriermon on top of a Gummymon, and then we play down an Xmon on top, Digivolve that for 2, going to 2 memory, and then we just follow that up with a simple Mimi. We want to get our memory set up as well, and then we just don't have anything to play for 5, so playing something for 4 is the next best thing. So we see Quartzmon come up, and then we're just gonna, I'm assuming we're just gonna swing with it, right, to trigger the effect. But we're thinking about our play here on the blue flare player side. But yeah, we declare attack here just to get the draw. He's gonna die against the Ponyamon. He dies down, and I believe he brings out a card. Nope, maybe that's a different card. That's my bad. So just thinking about how we want to follow up the play here on the blue flare player side, though. We're going to slam down a Xros to stop me from Digizorbing and using HPD, which is a pretty good slam in this matchup. And then we're also going to slam a forecast for the Greymon card. So we're going to look at top 4, and we're going to grab the X7, which is really important, and we're going to grab the blue memory, or the blue flare memory boost. So this turn we're going to raise up. We are on 4 memory, so we have a little bit to play with, and then we can do some pretty cool plays. So we're going to go into the Metal Tyrannomon. Metal Tyrannomon's going to trigger and rest down that Xros so that I'm able to get into my my Digivolution reductions. So that keeps it locked as well in case I don't want to swing into it this turn. But we're going to tap Mimi just to get a hatch, go into a Pulsemon for the extra card, and then we're going to declare attack here with Xros. Yep. Or with Metal Tyrannomon on top of Xros. We follow that up right away with the Digivolution into Jijimon. Even though we can't get the Jijimon when attacking this turn, it's really nice to attempt to try to get another tamer going into our next turn, especially if it's a dual tamer, so we can get a really high amount of memory. But so going back into the blue flare player side, we see just a hatch going to the Quartzmon again. And raising, we're going to swing with the Greymon. He's going to hit a Terriermon to survive 4K into 1K, which is unfortunate for him. And then let's see if he plays something that's going to let him lock down the Jijimon. No, we just play the blue flare memory boost to set our opponent, or us, back to 3. We're looking at 5 cards. We're going to play out a tamer that has Kyriad in the name, so we hit it off the Nene. And then we're going to add 2 more pieces to our hand, which is just really important here. So yeah, we have to take the cross target, and I'm assuming that we're going to end up taking the jamming because that's a really good combo. And then we're going to get to play that dual tamer for free as well. So that was a really good memory boost hit for him here. Kind of some tempo that he really needed to swing back in his favor. So going back into our turn, we unsuspend here. We raise up. He doesn't have he doesn't have a Digimon for us to attack into, but I forgot that he survived. So we do have something to attack into. We Digivolve into the Terriermon and the Raisin, so we have something to raise up the next turn. And yeah, we're just going straight into attack phase. So we did already use the Mimi right away. It was just so instant, it was so easy. So we declare attack here. We're gonna swing here for 11K. We're gonna reveal the top card and bring down a Terriermon, so it's gonna counter his memory boost already, which is a really nice top deck. And we're gonna trash the top of his security with the Metal Tyrannomon. Top of his security being a 17K X7, which is really tough for him. So kind of deciding what we want to do here, but we just end up going all in here on the Quartzmon play. So it forces our opponent into a position where he has to keep the Quartzmon locked. He can't utilize his Kyrios as well for their tapping abilities. And we have a Terriermon already on board, so we're already locking him out of most of his game plan. He's not going to be able to summon a Digimon that restands either. So we're going to go into a level 4 Kuwagamon in Raising, which is a really great inheritable to have. And then he's going to go to 3, go to 4 off of his Dual Tamer, and just start off swinging at security. So he did get a really aggressive start, so he's going to be able to get some security off of us, putting us already down to 2. But we're getting into the part of the game where the green player has more control over the general game state, so we'll see how blue player handles it. But we go directly from the attack here. We're going to resolve the Deckardramon's effect and draw 4 because it's it's a draw 1 effect per card on the board. So he gets to pick up 4 new cards here, and then just kind of thinking about what he wants to do. I'm sure he'll either cross that card away or just kind of establish another body, maybe a body that has rush, so he can push at security here. That would be a really big deal. For the green player side, it is kind of a feeble defense here. We don't have like a blocker or anything like that to divert attacks. All we can do is just stop him from attacking multiple turns in a row, right? So, yep, here we do see the cross come down with 2 cards from hand. This is going to give him, I believe, rush and jamming, so he'll for sure survive, and he's going to lock down the Terriermon and the Pulsemon. So they're not going to be able to attack, but they weren't able to unsuspend unless he kills my X7 here anyway, or my Quartz anyway. So he swings into security. We see the Somni Santi, and that's honestly just unfortunate because Somni Santi is a fantastic security bomb, just not when it doesn't hit anything. So the board's already locked, Quartzmon's already doing its thing, so we unfortunately miss on that, and he just gets to keep that extra body on board. But we are really ramping up the number of cards that are on the side of that are on the field right now. So if you guys are paying attention, we have 4 on my side, 4 on his side, and I'm going into my raising phase. He's going into possibly going to play another card, and that puts us at 10 cards on the board, which is a trash 2 from Quartz. But touching on that, we do have a misplay coming up here in a second, but he's just thinking about what to do. He has to put a body on the board, unfortunately, though, because he does have to progress his game state unless he's willing to just pass. But I don't know if the cards in his hand really permit him to get any advantage off of a play like that. So we're going to pass over 3 here, play out the card, and then we unsuspend the Quartz and the Quartz only, and we bring up the Kuwagamon. So draw for turn, and with the Kuwagamon, we're going to self-tap to Digizorb because we just don't really want to attack into anything. We don't want to kill anything, and we're not guaranteed to survive security. So once we tap there for Digisorption, we're going to declare attack here, and this is where the misplay happens. We're going to attack into the Digimon, which will rest the Gaussmon, which once that effect resolves, we have 10. I draw 3 cards off of Gummymon, but he's supposed to trash 2 life here because there's 10 cards. Quartzmon will trash 2, and then it'll attack into the Digimon, which will trash an additional card. So it should be a trash 3 on this turn here. But it's all good. The next turn we are already set up pretty much to have a trash 2 going, but that's just a misplay for you guys to be aware of, just so you guys know. We're going to slam down a second Terriermon here, which isn't a big deal because we're going to tap it down for HPD. Rest it down right away to go into a Shivamon to lock our opponent out of options as a way to kill our Quartzmon. And also, if they do kill the Quartzmon, now we have a really big punish for them waiting, which is going to be Shivamon unsuspending and trashing one of their last 2 security. So, and then we're going to slam down a Taiga here just for a hybrid play just in case as well. So we're really looking to set up a really good lockdown board here. It really puts a lot of pressure on our opponent. They need to summon 2 cards with rush essentially, and us not having a Cherrymon on board right now leaves us in a pretty vulnerable place. So if he can summon down 2 rush attackers for cheap, we are kind of screwed. But having double Terriermon down to block his memory boost is really good in this game state. So blue flare player is going to start off with a Digivolve and raising to Gaussmon, just kind of thinking about what he wants to do, but he's forced to play out the X7 because he's dead on board, right? Unless he can change the board state, Quartzmon unsuspends and ends the game right away, so he has to out the Quartzmon and hope he hits a security bomb in raising, but we'll see how things play out here. So he's going to use up his entire board. It's going to end up costing 10, so we go from 4 to 6, and that's going to be able to bottom deck the Quartzmon here, which is honestly just unfortunate because now we have all kinds of punishes waiting, right? So we unsuspend the Shivamon, trashing the top of his security, draw a card, we hatch a card, and his X7 doesn't have protection here. So this is something that we talk about. I declare attack with Shivamon, but then I'm like, wait, can you just block and kill me? He can. I have a lot of memory though, so I can get up into a second level 5 if I need to be scared of Sorai. gonna swing here. We do have retaliation from that Kuwagamon, so when he declares block, I do get to draw 2 off the 2 Gummidramons that are on the board right now. And we're just going to trade Digimon, which is totally fine for me because if he does survive this turn, if I can get up into like a Cherrymon or something like that, I still can protect myself. But we don't see the Cherrymon, but we do see a Panyamon to bring down the Mimi Izzy Dual Tamer. We swing at security here when we tap, and this is just to avoid a Sorai as his last security bomb, because if we did bring up the Digimon with Mimi, it would be able to get hit by that Sorai. So. And then that's just going to end the game there with the swing from one of the rookies. So that's going to show off kind of what Jijimon Shivamon wants to do as a green good stuff deck. It really does pop off in the late game. It's kind of like similar to Blue Mord Hydra, where you really develop a really powerful board, but it's just utilizing a lot of different really powerful green cards. The Blue Flare player did get locked down. It does have a hard time dealing with the Quartzmon, but having the X7 as a tech is the only way that you can really deal with it, right? Because I have a pretty decent way to just lock you out of the game, and no matter how many times you lock my Quartzmon out, I can chip more damage than you can. So it's a really lopsided matchup. It can be kind of hard, but the Blue Flare stuff is really, really powerful. So we just didn't get to see too much of it locking down our board and stuff because we had such a powerful tall stack. But yeah, no, with this new green Shivamon, we're going to be playing it for a little while. I can't wait to see what the new Leopardmon stuff does to it and what the new cards that we can add into it. But that's going to be Jamonster with Opus Gaming, and I'm going to be out. Take care, you guys. Thanks for stopping by.